Welcome back. The Gosford priest, who's become famous for his billboards, is at it again, and this time he's having his say over controversial rugby union star Israel Folau.
Father Rod Bauer isn't afraid to speak his mind, with the sign outside his church becoming a talking point for social and political issues. It's a simple message in black and white. The latest billboard from Father Rod Bauer gets straight to the point, telling lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender members of the community Israel Folau is wrong with his controversial and well-publicised views on homosexuality. But while the church is hoping to open hearts, supporters of Folau are opening their wallets for the sack wallaby. They've donated more than $600,000 in just 3 days through a GoFundMe page to help his legal fight against Rugby Australia. But it won't deter Father Bauer. He's never been afraid to publicise his often political views on the sign outside the Anglican church in Gosford. From environmental messages about mining and climate change to political statements about the recent federal election. But Father Rod says he's no leftist, just Christian.
Father Rod Bauer joins us now from his church at Gosford on the New South Wales Central Coast. Morning to you. What made you put up this sign about Folau?
Well, good morning, Nat and Koshi. I think it's really important that an alternative view be put forward. I mean, it's important to remember that over 60% of people who identify as Christian actually voted yes in the marriage plebiscite. It's also important to note that Mr Folau's on the telly because he's a footballer, not because he's a theologian. So that message of inclusivity and God's love for all people is really, really important to us.
Yeah. Rod, I interviewed Martin Iles from the Australian Christian Lobby a bit earlier on the program, and he said, look, Israel Folau has every right to say that because it's written in the Bible. I challenged him and said there are a few crazy things written in the Bible about slaves and adulterers and cutting people's hands off and tax collectors that just aren't appropriate today.
Well, I think there's two things there, Koshi. One is that, yes, I think it's important that he's able to say things as repugnant as we might find them, because we don't want to drive these things into the dark where they fester and become even more dangerous. Sunlight's the best disinfectant, so bring them out, let's discuss them, let's debate them. That's really important. What's more concerning to me is actually this is being picked up and manipulated by the Australian Christian lobby for their own conservative political agenda. And that's a great cause of distress and concern, in that it will further marginalise groups of people who already live on the edges of our society. It's also a concern, of course, that both major political parties and their leaders have come out and said that they really want to include these kind of people in their agenda, and that's a cause of great concern.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much, Father Rod Bauer, there for your views. We appreciate it this morning.